Greetings. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are in the world. We're glad to have you. You can call me Ann Green, and we're going to dive right in. If you've been feeling the weight of the 9 to 5 grind, wishing you had more time freedom and financial security, then this conversation is going to be a game changer for you. All right, so I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine waking up each day knowing you have the skills and strategies to generate passive income, allowing you to walk away from your day job without ever having to spend a dime on marketing or pestering your friends and family. Okay, so a little bit about me. I had a stable career in education until June 2024 when my job was unexpectedly cut. With the unexpected shift, I have more time to design my own life. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of story time. So it's been some years back now, but me and my mom we had went to the seafood festival, and neither one of us had ever gone, so we wanted to go check it out. There were a lot of um, a lot of people there, a lot of businesses out there vending, and also trying to drum up business. So this is where I discovered my future chiropractor because he was out there trying to drum up business, and he was also advertising for a free massage, and then also advertising for um, inexpensive full body x-rays. And so I was like, okay, I want a free massage. So I had the free massage, and the doctor, he was massaging me, and he said, okay, I'm going to stop because I feel something and I don't want you to be sore for the rest of the day. But it was too late for that. I was already sore, and I was sore for the rest of the day. So the doctor, he said, okay, well, there's something, right? He discovered something, but he couldn't say what it was because you need to be able to look on x-rays and see what's happening. So I made an appointment. I was like, okay, I'm gonna pop in, I'm gonna pop out. And because I'm like, oh, it's not gonna be no issues. Even though I was sore, right? So I made an appointment for the next business day. And so I was there, and like, okay, so we took the x-rays, and the doctor, he's looking at the x-rays, I'm looking at the x-rays. He's looking at me like, okay, have you ever had any back pain? You don't, or do you have back pain? I'm like, no, I don't have back pain at all. I've never had back pain. And so he's like, okay, wow, all right, with all the damage, you guys, I was a hot mess. A hot mess. So we're gonna see how much of a hot mess I was, right? So here's my before and here's my after. So my before, this is my cervical spine here. And so we have the vertebrae in here. It's supposed to be open. And mine was closing up, fusing together. So that was an issue. We go a little further down here. You see all this curvature. I had scoliosis. Now, here's my after, right? You don't see all this curvature there. I didn't have the scoliosis anymore. We opened up the cervical spine here, and in the cervical spine is supposed to be like some slight curvature there, and it's not supposed to be like it is here, all closed up and fused together and all of that stuff. So if I laid on the table, I had one leg longer than the other because I was out of alignment. Once again, never felt anything, didn't know that I was degenerating and that I was turning into an old lady. Didn't know that my organs weren't working at their highest capacity. I didn't know. I didn't know nothing. Nothing about chiropractic science and the foundation of the spine and the importance, knew nothing. So during my before, my pelvis was all twisted up too. I didn't know anything about that. Um, so I started getting the manipulations. The first week, I went Monday through Friday, and every week after that, I went 3 times a week, right? So I'm getting the manipulations, right? And my body is sore. And I mean, like, sore every day. I mean, like, and not the kind of sore where, like, oh, you did some exercise and now your body's sore. No, this was deep down in the nerve sore. So, like, because I kept going, continuing to go and get the manipulations, my body was sore. So, like, while I'm getting the manipulations, the chiropractor is doing these adjustments that are pushing the spine, right? Because my spine was crooked and gangster leaning. So, like, a perfectly straight spine would be one that is 0 or 1. Mine was a 14. So I was clearly out of alignment, right? So I'm getting the adjustments. And so now I'm starting to bleed, right? And while my body is sore and I'm going to bed every day at 8 o'clock, um, here comes the bleeding, right? I'm starting to bleed. This is like 3 months into it, because now the adjustments and all of that is starting to integrate and work and all of that. So first it was just a little bit of blood, and I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. But then as time progressed, it became more and more. Mind you, my body's sore. I'm still getting up and going to work every day, and now I'm starting to deal with all this blood. So I was like, okay, no, I can't continue with this. I can't hang with all this blood, and this is also my energy, right? So the doctor, he wanted me to just bleed it out, let it stop naturally. I was like, I can't do that. So he told me some herbs to get and take, and it would stop the bleeding. So I did that. So all the bleeding and that stopped, right? So which was great. But I continued to get the manipulations. So, like, there was a period of time where, like, the back of my head felt like it was fluid draining and it was going down my neck and down my back. And I'm like, doctor, what's this? Is this fluid? And he was like, no, it's just pressure being taken off the nerve. And I'm like, okay. And then, like, the very first month, my nose was just running the whole first month because my nasal well, my sinuses were opened up, right? So the doctor is measuring me like a parent would measure their child, like, oh, when you were 5, you were this height. When you were 6, you were this height. So the doctor's measuring me, and because he kept saying, you're gonna grow taller, you're gonna be taller, you're gonna be taller. Now I'm done growing, right? So I knew I wasn't gonna be growing taller, but what was happening was um, we were straightening out that gangster lean and crooked spine that was at a 14 and straightening that out. So now everything went up. The breast went up, stomach went in and up, everything went up. So, like, some people may lose a couple pounds, your clothes fit better. Just, it's transformative to say the least. So, I'm going to rewind back to the beginning. So, like, we took tests, mobility tests, and my numbers were low. And so, fast forward, we took probably when I had this second x ray done, we took more mobility tests. And so, my first test was, limited. Like, oh, okay, my reach is limited and stretch is limited. But, like, fast forward to the second test, I surpassed all the numbers. I surpassed my own low mobility numbers. I surpassed the standard mobility numbers, and I was able to stretch and all of that because my body was full of tension and subluxation. So, with the adjustments, I mean, it was just getting all that tension out of my body, getting them straightening out that spine that was stuck and leaning and all of that. So, I was really messed up. But um, with continuous manipulations, life totally changed for me. So, um, because I had phenomenal results, the chiropractor's office, they wanted to put my testimony up. So, my testimony was up in the chiropractor's office. So, when people came in, they could see that. Other people who had other phenomenal results, their testimony was up there as well. So, I learned so much during the process. I became like a junior chiropractor. One of the things that the chiropractor shared with me, which I don't know why he decided to share this with me, but he said that he had some patients who they were women, right? This particular group was women, and they were in their 40s, and they had not had any children, and they did not have fertility issues. If you have fertility issues, that's a totally separate issue. But they did not. So these ladies, I'm assuming they had husbands, significant others, spouses, and all of that. Because once they started getting those adjustments, um, and they were being intimate with their partners, they got pregnant. And these ladies, like I said, they were probably well, they were, in their 40s, but they may have been coming to a mindset where they were like, oh, I'm not going to have kids, and maybe coming to a place where they have to accept that. But through adjustments, they got pregnant. And the thing is, um, if that spine is not into a certain level of alignment, you will not get pregnant, even if you don't have fertility issues. So that's information I like to share with people. There's always hope. But I would also say that it's important to empower yourself and know where you stand and go get yourself checked out because my organs weren't even working at their highest capacity. I never knew that. Um, if you have health issues going on and you get your spine checked out and get that spine in alignment, you might be feeling differently. So there's a lot of people running around here with crooked spines and they don't even know it. The doctor told me had I waited a season or two longer, I was going to need a surgery. So I'm grateful that I didn't need that because if you can help it, you don't want anyone doing any kind of surgery on your spine. And that's something that I will emphasize and repeat. So, one of my takeaways from this transformation that I had was it was many, right? But many takeaways. Learned a lot from the situation and felt better for it. And it was worth any uncomfortable moments or times or body was all sore for weeks at a time, but it was worth it, right? Because I started off at 5'2 3/4" with a degenerating spine and turning into an old lady. And I'm still young, but I was even younger then. And it's no need for that, right? Into let's see, I think the second x-ray I was like 5'3" on my way to 5'4", which is my real height, right? Not some degenerating old lady. So one of my big takeaways is that something could be percolating in the body and you think that you're feeling good, you think that everything is all good, and it's not. right? Something is happening in the body and you don't even know about it. So, and then turns out something really was happening and I didn't know about it, right? So, that's one of my biggest takeaways because when you feel pain, you know something's wrong. But I didn't feel anything and I didn't have anything to compare it to, right? So, that's my story time. I hope you enjoyed that. All right, so we're going to talk e-learning stats here. Let's talk about an industry that's exploding right now, which is the e-learning industry. Did you know that in 2019, e-learning generated 950 million? By 2023, that number soared to 1 billion a day, and in 2024, it's averaging 1.2 billion daily. So every day this year, that e-learning industry has been hitting 1.2 billion a day, and it's projected to hit 3 billion a day by 2027. These numbers aren't just statistics, they're opportunities waiting for you to grab. Okay, so how can you leverage this booming industry and finally resign from your job if that's something you want to do? Sure, you could design high quality digital products or programs, but here's the truth that takes time. Number one, time you don't want to waste if you're serious about gaining your freedom. It can take months to create, launch, and then market these products, and there's always the risk it might not sell. But what if I told you there's a faster, smarter way, a way that gives you time freedom and a significant return on investment without the endless grind? So let me introduce to you Done For You digital programs. These programs are at the cutting edge of industry trends, allowing you to stay ahead of the curve. They come with a strong track record of sales and a lower initial investment, meaning you get to see your return much faster. And these aren't just any programs, they're crafted by experts who know exactly what works. By offering these programs, you tap into their expertise, enhancing your brand's credibility, plus, you keep 100% of the profits. That's right. Every dollar goes directly into your pocket. So, in just 118 days, our community has generated over 13.8 million in revenue. All of it, 100% profit, has gone straight to our members. Now, let me ask you this: would you consider leaving your job if you were consistently earning 10,000 every month? Okay, so, you know, Um, before we go any further, I want to say it's entirely possible, right? But I also want to show you some of the activity that's been happening in my community. We have a young lady here who made $7,200 in 4 weeks, and she said she hadn't even started. Like she hadn't gotten into any of the educational aspect of it. She just was talking to friends and family, and they were interested, excuse me, and she made some money. So it's just within the power of word of mouth, right? But actually Done For You programs, this is a business that is on autopilot that works for you 24/7. So kudos to her. We have another community member who made $900 doing, who knows what they were doing when they got the message. They could have been off at work or out and about, shopping, doing who knows what. Just woke up from a nap and got an alert from a program that works for you on autopilot 24/7. So that's a fantastic feeling to wake up to, or check your phone after doing whatever you're doing to see that some money came in, money that you didn't have to go clock into anybody's job to get. All right, so it's entirely possible. Let me say that again. By setting up these three streams of income that bring in $100, $300, and $600 each, you could be earning that 10K monthly. And here's the best part, the process is simple and automated. Okay, so we have some more winning testimony. We have another community member who made $3,000 in a day, right? So just imagine that. Like, okay, I don't know this what this community member was doing, but maybe they went to work or they were out and about, and just because they were um, they have been working their business and the business is on autopilot, they can do whatever activities, and these multiple streams of income start to hit $100 and $300 and $600, and and that's fantastic. 3,000 in a day. I don't know what job she has, if she even has a job, but she probably wasn't making 3,000 a day at her day job. So, phenomenal work, more wins, keep up the good work. And this is what could be happening in your life if you so desire. All right. So, with our ultimate discovery system, you can use pre-written ads and leverage social media, a platform with 5 billion users, to reach endless potential of customers, right? Is the sky is the limit. So imagine your sales process running completely on autopilot. 20 people subscribe daily. And even if only 1 out of 20 people buys, that's 600 a day. These automations create passive income streams that let you focus on what truly matters to you. Now, there's more. We have an incredible, supportive community ready to guide you. We're talking about an interactive program that will take you from launch to profitability with your online business ready to go live in just 3 days. Now, it doesn't even have to be 3 days. There are people in my community who they had the effort, they had the time, and they were willing to put in the effort, and they were able to get their business ready to go and launch in 1 day. So, this is not something that has to take a long time to do. So, if that's not enough, we've packed in some amazing bonuses to ensure your success, which include the Canva course, our 1 million in 17 months blueprint, and access to the digital growth community. Plus, you'll get the 30-day market strategy growth plan and resources to start your online business with MRR and 200 digital products. So, are you ready to take control of your future? If so, then head over to my funnel at www.dailypaygrowthautomation.com and you can find out more information there. If you would like to follow me on social media, I'm on YouTube, LinkedIn, as well as Twitch. All right, so thank you for tuning in. This concludes my presentation. Have a fantastic day.